boys and girls, I just want to share a few exam tips with you to relax and ensure that on the day of the exam you're up and ready. So no studying on the day before exam, and ensure, guys, that you get your good night's sleep. So on the day of the exam, we want you to have a healthy breakfast. Ensure that you eat before leaving out for your exam. It doesn't have to be a heavy breakfast. It could be having just your favorite cereals or your fruits, but ensure that you have something healthy so that in the exam you won't be distracted by your stomach growling, right, guys? Because we want you to focus on the exam that you're doing. So on the day of the exam, ensure that you arrive early, at least 15 minutes before the exam. So remember, at this time we are following COVID-19 protocols, and it will take some time to get your temperature check, get your hands washed or sanitized. So bear all of that in mind and ensure that you are early. The day of the exam, ensure that you bring your pencils. You're encouraged to bring number 2 pencils. Have your rubber sharpener, timetable, emergency medication, especially those who are asthmatic. Ensure that you have your asthma pump with you in case you need it. All right, and I would encourage you to bring extra pencils so that you don't even have to waste any time sharpening should your pencil point is broken. All right, so ensure that you have at least 3 pencils, and remember, it's number 2 pencils. On the day of the exam, ensure that you obey all the rules, guys, right? So obey the rules of the examination centers and listen to the instructions that are given by the presiding examiners. So we know that these persons are not your teachers, guys, but ensure that you listen, you follow instruction, and that you represent your school well, right? So ensure that the presiding examiners will be able to say, wow, I was so impressed by this group of students. In the exam now, guys, we want you to take time to slow your breathing and relax when you sit down in the exam room. So remember, you have been practicing some of these relaxation exercises. So you breathe slowly, 2, 3, 4, in through your nostrils, and out, you blow it out slowly, 2, 3, 4, through your mouth. So do that about 4 or 5 times just to relax your nerve, right, guys? Also, you can remember to say a prayer if you feel the need to. In the exam, remember, you will have access to rough work paper, or the examiner will tell you whether you can write on the question sheet. So ensure that you have all of that information, because, guys, it is important, especially when you are doing your ability test, your mathematics, that you work out the problems that you are given, right? So you will need to ensure that you do that. We don't want anybody guessing in the exam. We want to make sure that you work out the problems, you use your strategies, whether you're going to draw, you know the strategies you have been using, so use it up during the exam, guys, right? And remember that you'll be required to hand over all the additional paper to the examiners after completing the exam. Also, I want to remind you, guys, read the questions carefully. We cannot overemphasize this. Look for your keywords, right? Remember, when you read your question, remember you look at the choices that you have, and remember, you have been taught how to eliminate and to prove your answers. So all the strategies that you have been taught, we want you to go into the exam and use up those strategies. So in order to answer a question effectively, you need to understand and address what the question is really asking. So pay attention to your keywords. Look for the keywords, those words that are bold, capitalized. In the exam, we also want you to remember that you have 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete 40 multiple choice questions. You are to take your time and go through to ensure that you are adequately covering and understanding what the questions are asking of you. You have been practicing, you're just going to go into the exam now and you're going to execute all of those strategies that you have been taught. And overall, guys, just keep calm and stay positive. Remember that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And guess what, guys? You can do it. All the best, and I know you're going to do well.